You think the universe is about to hand you a promotion? You think a magical door is going to effortlessly open and invite you into a room full of riches and peace? Stop believing in comfortable fairy tales. The place you are about to step into wasn't given to you. It was violently conquered. You are about to walk into an environment that the old, weak version of you would have been completely terrified of. Why? Because in this new space, there is absolutely no room for your pathetic excuses. There is no room for your people-pleasing habits. You are stepping into the heavily fortified empire of your own isolation. And it is going to be the most ruthlessly beautiful place you have ever worked. For years, you have been desperately trying to fit your massive potential into tiny, suffocating boxes built by people who didn't even understand you. You begged for a seat at tables where the food was poisoned. But that era is officially dead. You have handed in your resignation to the crowd. And the new position you are about to take, it doesn't require a resume. It only requires an iron spine and a cold, dead stare. Let's look back at your previous job, shall we? I am not talking about how you pay your rent. I am talking about the exhausting, full-time emotional labor you provided for absolute parasites. You were working overtime, constantly trying to fix broken people who aggressively enjoyed being broken. You were the unpaid therapist, the emergency contact, the convenient human punching bag. And what was your salary? A few cheap crumbs of validation. A temporary fake smile that completely disappeared the moment you stopped serving them. You were the hardest worker in a factory full of clowns. But you finally snapped awake. The moment you violently stopped accepting minimum wage for your premium top-tier soul. The entire dynamic shifted. You realized that your energy is an incredibly exclusive currency, and you are casually handing it out to emotional bankrupts. You fired your toxic friends. You fired your own desperate need for approval. And by clearing out that massive amount of psychological trash, you built the foundation for where you are standing right now. People are going to be absolutely shocked when they see where you are headed next. They will look at your new, heavily guarded boundaries, your chilling confidence, and they won't even recognize you. Because they are incredibly used to a version of you that was always available, always bending backwards, always apologizing just for breathing. But that person no longer exists. You are about to step into a position of absolute, terrifying authority. You are becoming the cold, calculated CEO of your own reality. And let me tell you a very dark secret about this new position. There is no HR department to complain to. There is no committee to validate your choices. You are the judge, the jury, and the ruthless executioner of every single energy that tries to cross your perimeter. When someone disrespects you now, you don't negotiate. You don't try to patiently explain your feelings. You simply look at them, silently cancel their subscription to your life, and watch them fade into complete irrelevance. The moment you step into this new, untouchable frequency, the rats will start to violently panic. The manipulators from your past will quickly realize they can no longer afford your presence. They will desperately try to pull you back down to their miserable, chaotic level. They will point their trembling fingers at you and say, "You think you are better than us now? You've changed." You look them dead in the eye without a single muscle twitching in your face, and you say, "Yes." Do not ever, for a fraction of a second, shrink your massive potential just to make a coward feel comfortable in their own stagnation. If your incredible growth offends them, let them be profoundly offended. Let them choke on it. Their severe discomfort is simply the heavy tax they have to pay for trying to keep a titan trapped in a dog cage. You owe them absolutely nothing. Not an explanation, not an apology, not even a backwards glance. This new level, this new reality you are entering, it demands a completely different kind of psychological currency. It doesn't run on naive hope. It doesn't run on blind luck. It runs on ruthless, unadulterated execution. You are going to wake up every single morning and treat your own mind like a highly classified military vault. You will forcefully stop consuming the toxic, mind-numbing garbage society desperately tries to feed you. You will stop reacting to the pathetic little dramas of incredibly insignificant people. You will begin to operate with a chilling, almost terrifying level of detachment. When a crisis hits, you don't panic like the sheep. You observe the chaos. You analyze the variables. You find the leverage. Because a master of dark psychology knows that within every single crisis, there is a massive opportunity hidden in the smoke. You are no longer reacting to the world. The world is now heavily reacting to your complete lack of reaction. But you must be incredibly, fiercely careful right now. Because your own mind will try to sabotage this massive promotion. Imposter syndrome will violently creep into your room at 3 a.m. It will whisper in your ear, "You don't belong here. You are a fraud. You are going to lose everything you just built." Listen to me very closely. That voice is just the lingering ghost of your pathetic past. It is the heavy echo of every manipulator, every fake friend, and every critic who ever told you that you were absolutely nothing without them. You must brutally, aggressively silence that voice. You must look directly into the mirror and deeply realize that you paid for this exact position with your own blood, your own sweat, and your own agonizing tears. You survived the fire they happily threw you into. You earned every single square inch of this new, untouchable reality. You do not owe the universe, or anyone in it, an apology for finally stepping up and taking exactly what has always been yours. In this new environment, silence is going to be your absolute best, most lethal employee. You do not need to loudly advertise your moves to the crowd. You do not need to beg the algorithm for attention or desperately validate your existence to strangers on the internet. You move completely in the shadows. You let your undeniable, crushing results make all the heavy noise for you. There is absolutely nothing more psychologically devastating to a hater than watching you build a massive, unbreakable empire in absolute, dead silence. It completely ruins their narrative. They will desperately try to peek over your high iron walls, obsessively trying to figure out how you survived the isolation that was supposed to destroy you. Let them look, let them wonder. Let them slowly, agonizingly drown in their own bitter curiosity, while you continue to systematically buy out the entire board. Your silence is not empty. It is heavily loaded with their deepest fears. The heavy iron doors are unlocking right now. The ultimate transition is happening. You can either step inside, embrace the cold, heavy responsibility of true, unapologetic power, and lock the door permanently behind you. Or you can turn around, walk back to the comfortable, familiar hell of your past, and spend the rest of your brief life as a willing slave. I already know exactly what choice you are going to make. Because a person who has finally tasted the raw, intoxicating flavor of true psychological freedom can never, ever go back to willingly swallowing poison. You are the chosen one, but not because the sky magically pointed a finger at you. You are the chosen one because you were the only one ruthless enough to choose yourself. So adjust your posture. Put on that chilling, unbreakable, dead-eyed smile, and step entirely into your new empire. They won't believe where you are about to work, but they will absolutely, undeniably feel your presence.